Hi everybody, my name is Sam J. Gold. I'm a teaching artist at the New Victory Theater and a professional theater maker, and you have caught me today posing in front of the actual outline of a script that I am currently working on. Now, I'm here with you today because I believe that everyone has at least one great idea for a story swirling around their heads at every moment. And in this Arts Break video, we are going to explore how to pull that idea out of our heads and take the first steps towards personal creative expression. Okay, let's start with some real talk. I don't know about you, but I have a hard time keeping track of all the things in my head. So whenever I get the itch to start a new project, I like to start by giving myself 1 minute to write down anything and everything that's swirling around at this moment. Looks something like this. Here is my list. Now, by limiting myself to 1 minute, I really got out of my own head and I just let the ideas pour out without any judgment. And I'm glad I did because it helps me discover things like plant spores. And it's true, I've actually been thinking a lot about plant spores lately. I don't know why, but I think I'm going to run with it. I'm going to make plant spores the idea for my next story. What about you? So, we spent 1 minute coming up with our idea. Now I want you to spend 1 week letting that idea brew in our brain. It's kind of like this tea. The longer the bag sits in the water, the stronger it gets. For the next week, I challenge you to treat every spark, every thought, every moment of inspiration as so important that you have to stop what you're doing, write it down, and put it in a noggin box. Now, your noggin box could just be a folder, could be a drawer in your desk, or it could be a shoebox that you've decorated in primary colors. The important thing is that you fill it with everything that comes to mind that relates to your idea. I challenge you to have at least 10 separate thoughts written on separate pieces of paper and 3 visual pieces of inspiration. Okay, those are your marching orders. I will see you in a week. Ooh, boy. I don't know about you, but my week flew right by. I even found a new mug for tea, and my box is full of who knows what. Really, I don't know what's inside. I just had ideas, I put them in the box, and I moved on with my day. No judgment. But now we're ready for the final activity. I am going to challenge you to take 5 things out of your box and give yourself 1 minute to arrange them into the outline of a story. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, here are my 5 things arranged in order. 1, a single tree creates the first spore as it's cut down. Number 2, this book sleeve for a book my brother-in-law gave me called Seeing Trees. Number 3, we learn to understand plant memories. Number 4, scary, but slowly changes, so less scary. And number 5, this Magic the Gathering card called Wirewood Lodge. Here's my story. An ancient tree is cut down, and as it falls, it releases a single spore into the air. Now that spore lands on the person who cut down the tree, and something miraculous happens. Suddenly that person is growing little pieces of tree and plant on their body, and those pieces bloom, and that releases more spores, and they fill the air, and more plants start to grow, and other people are growing plants, and it's really scary, but for the first time, humans feel like they are seeing trees. Certainly like they've never seen them before. We even come to learn that plants have memories, and by fusing with these spores, we feel the plant's memories. It's really scary, but it also happens slowly, because plant life is much longer than human life. And so over time, it feels less scary. Eventually, we learn to live with plants in a whole new way of building houses and homes among our natural friends. That's my story. Now, is this the final draft of my plant spore story saga? Maybe. I could throw those 5 things onto my board and start plotting out an entire plot structure. Or I could say, you know what, this is an interesting idea for a podcast. Why don't I call my friend and see if they want to collaborate? Or I could say, you know what, I'm going to throw it all back in the box and start again. No harm, no foul. What's coolest to me is that a week ago we had 2 words, plant spores. And now, look at all of this material. I hope your noggin box is just as full as mine. And I want to thank you for hanging out with me this week as we discovered all these great ideas that were already in our heads. Good luck, and keep brewing.